there's a woman here who wants to remain anonymous. You all can answer this about Facebook. I don't ever go on social
it's not your
media,
thing.
as you know. But there is a woman who says she feels devastated because an ex-coworker and friend that she hadn't seen in about 2 years added her into a Facebook weight loss group without speaking to her. She said she got a notification that she was added to a weight loss group, and then she says she's let her body go, and this really has devastated her.
And she hasn't seen this person in 2 years?
She said, I haven't seen her in 2 years.
Well, I guess, if you post photographs,
That's what she's done. She's posted photographs.
it's possible people can see
So
you.
you can be added to something without your...
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
No.
think
No,
I like that.
and
No, I
then,
try to leave
you have
groups.
to go and extricate yourself from the group.
Yeah.
Because you could be added to a group of like something unsavory.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I
Now,
don't-
Facebook, tries to keep the unsavory away. I'm going to tell you what this probably is, and I think she's a little overly offended by this.
Oh, you do?
Here's what it is, I bet. A lot of people have these multi-level marketing deals with weight loss stuff. She took it like she's saying I need to lose weight. I bet this lady runs one of those deals.
Oh, I see.
And
the
she's
more
trying
she
to sell
sells-
her, she's trying to sell her a weight loss gimmick.
And she probably just reached out to her circle.
I bet she added
friends.
everybody in her friends group.
That does happen.
Yeah, so I think she took it as this lady's telling me I need to lose weight. How dare she haven't spoken to her in 2 years? In reality, this lady's getting ready to send messages to everybody that are like, "Hey guys, I have found a product you're not going to believe."
Oh, I
Yeah, I think
see.
I think when people start groups, a lot of times they'll just kind of cast a wide net.
Yeah,
And I think that's what happened to the writer.
There's a lot of memes that go around that are like, hey girl I knew in high school who I haven't talked to in 10 years, thanks for adding me to your makeup selling group.
I see. Okay.
That kind of thing.
Maybe that's what
And
it is.
Biggie, maybe you've noticed this too, because Kelly, you're not on Facebook, but Biggie and I are. I don't know when it started, but remember when Zuckerberg was in front of Congress or the Senate a couple months back?
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've been just getting pounded with the most bizarre random ads that people that I'm friends with, like somebody clicked they like Coors Light beer, so all of a sudden I'm getting Coors Light ads.
Really?
Yeah.
From
Scads of ads.
because
Like
a friend
about
of
every 3 or 4 posts is an ad.
Facebook has become, to me, half and half.
It's very annoying.
It is
Really?
super ad heavy.
And in the last 3 months.
Yeah. And they are so ad heavy
Yeah.
as you're scrolling down. Sometimes it seems like it's targeted towards you. Sometimes it is just like Chris Demm said, just random
Really?
stuff. Like I'll get stuff for parenting things. And I'm
Yeah,
like, what is
because
this?
you know someone
Yeah.
who's a parent who clicked like on something.
And sometimes it'll be because I put up a picture of my nieces. So it's just like the algorithm says he has children. So for the next week, it'll be formula, Pampers,
Clothing.
this. Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Toys,
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable, the ads.
I bet that is annoying.
It is.
That's no good.
And what sucks is when you search for something like a product, or if you click on, like, I've been, I'll get duped into the ad sometimes. I'm like, oh, what is that? So I'll click on something. You're stuck with it for the next 6 months.
We talked about yesterday ads on pornography. And that is when you're watching a pornographic video and the ad, it's disgusting. The ad is disgusting.
I mean, slowing your roll?
No, it's just, it's so, like, I like tasteful pornography.
Oh, you mean like a pre-roll
Yes,
commercial?
The pre-roll commercial is
Well,
just
it's
the
normally just a woman who's on a live show doing something to herself with the camera about 6 inches from her hoo-ha. With like a bad angle of her like looking down with a pleasuring toy, and she's just looking at you.
Yeah, and it makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, because you already know what you're about to do to yourself, and you're trying to put that out of your mind. But now this woman is judging you.
I have to look away from her.
I know what you really want, boys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And there's all sorts of words I would never use.
Oh, yeah.
Awful. Like, they're all scatological.
Well, and I'll tell you, sometimes the porn ads make you a little uncomfortable because, like anything, they can tell where you're located. So it'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
are you looking for horny MILFs in insert your town? And you're like, how do you know where I am?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, horny MILFs are only one phone call away in insert town. Oh, my God.
I can't be a part of that. I absolutely cannot be a part of that. Plus, what if my finger accidentally hits that phone number? All of a sudden, I've got a phone call.
You got big fingers.
Yeah.
I do have big fingers.
You got big thumbs.
And now I'm trying to delete an ad, and all I'm doing is calling a horny MILF to a town over. What if my wife sees that I've called a horny MILF?
Yeah. I can be your stepmom. No, that's not what I wanted.
Exactly. I can't be part of that.
Are you ready for me, Ralph?
Oh, that's risky business.
Yeah.
She was probably the most wholesome prostitute ever in a movie.
She had a dark side.
But she was great.
Not the whole. No, not the most wholesome.
Yeah, but I'll
not
tell
wholesome,
you.
but most attractive. Except for Julia Roberts. Most attractive.
Well, movies really give you the wrong idea about prostitutes.
That was Rebecca De Mornay in the early 80s.
Yes.
And she was
Unbelievable.
gorgeous. And Tom Cruise couldn't,
Well, his friend hired a hooker who I think was a trans.
Yes.
no question about it.
And she was very nice and said...
Very nice.
Remember, she was kind enough to give him the number and said, honey, this is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
This is what all the boys on the lake
All
want.
you rich boys on the lake, you rich white boys on the lake. But Tom Cruise couldn't find a girlfriend, which is very, very reasonable to expect in high school that Tom Cruise couldn't
A
find
good-looking young man like him.
But as Chris Demmis pointed out, his friend who played Booger in Revenge of the Nerds was like just getting all the time, So he's like, here's what you need. And he, a transgender, and at that time, they had all sorts of names, came to his door, and Tom Cruise was scared to put on his catcher's mask. He was scared of it. But then when Rebecca De Mornay shows up,
She did need cab fare home.
yeah, $75, Joel. My time.
Remember when she showed up, though? I mean, the wind just blew the door open.
Rebecca De
Or
Mornay.
De Mornay's entrance.
Oh,
The
phenomenal.
leaves.
Yeah.
Great casting for a really attractive prostitute. Escort, I guess you would say.
Yes.
And then Julia Roberts, some years later, in
Also.
Pretty Woman, also gorgeous. Those are the best two examples, I think, of really good-looking prostitutes. And Rebecca De Mornay, after the night is done, he says, my name is actually Joel, not Ralph. And she says, you owe me $300, Joel. And then he doesn't have it. So what a good movie. I should watch that. I'm not going to show my son. I'm not
No, that's not.
Too much TNA.
Way too much. That'll be uncomfortable.
God, two great sex scenes in that movie. The first, when she first gets there and the door's blown open, a lot of leaf work to be done.
Yeah.
And then on the train later. Good gracious alive.